Morning everybody. So after quite a nice few hours up at Thor's Cave yesterday, well, yeah, that'll do. As I've said in the start of our blog, that we're probably only going to do one or two a month. With outside life, work, other commitments and what have you, don't always make it as easy to do this every day. I'd love to, even though I'd love to, but we've come literally about 5 minutes away from where we live, still in the not so sunny climes of Newton the Willows, to Lyme and Wood Pit Country Park. This mainly was used as a landfill. They stopped using it a few years ago, and all credit to them, have turned it into what you're going to see this morning. Sorry about that, I had a slight technical issue with my gimbal. I was also planning on trying to go live with this and tried to follow some instructions, which probably down to my stupidity just wouldn't let me set it up. So I'm just going to do a normal video, probably copious amounts of editing, and I'll put it up on the page. So yes, back to the walk that we're going to do today. It's only a short one. We're going to go to the top of the hill, which is a little bit away. And even though the weather isn't brilliant today, it's not bad. It's cloudy, but the cloud level's quite high, so hopefully that will allow us to see some good views while we walk around. You can normally, from the top of the hill, you can quite easily see through to Winter Hill over in Horwich Way, and quite a nice little view of Newton the Willows town, along with the Earlstown part of Newton, which is the closest bit to this. Also should be able to see Fiddler's Ferry from the top as well. Obviously that's now decommissioned. I think it's set at some point to be demolished. What they'll do after, I'm not too sure. Probably build houses like they do everywhere else, apart from here. It seems to be pretty much protected from any houses being built. As you can probably hear and occasionally see, the dogs hate it here. They really don't enjoy themselves at all. A few things that this place has got. It's got 3 quite large ponds, which are run by a local angling club. Molly and Lando haven't renewed their membership this year, but they still fancy doing a bit of pause on fishing every so often. Like to get a little bit wet. Doesn't go down particularly well if there's any fishermen around, so at the moment I'm trying to stay away from most of the ponds. We've just passed one, and there's another one just over to the left as well, so we're just avoiding that also. Come on. Molly's going through all the hedging and the brambles and stuff, trying to find rabbits and whatever else she can find. Hello, Lando. Come on. There's a good boy. So Molly's investigating over there. She's coming to us now. Come on. Good girl. I think sometimes places like this, especially when you've got them on your doorstep, you don't really appreciate them as you should. And as I said, with the aim of the blog that we've set up, we've been looking to go to places that maybe we don't normally go to, or go to very rarely. Maybe look for suggestions of different places and sort of widen our experiences, and we forget about places like this. Okay, there's nothing massively special about it as such, but it's a nice big open green space. As I say, it's based on just on the outskirts of Earlstown, part of Newton the Willows. We gives you access. There's various different routes, so if you want a half an hour walk or so, you can do, or indeed from here you can actually go to Carmill Dam, which is over in St Helens, on the edge of St Helens. You can also get onto the Sankey Valley Way, which will take you eventually all the way over to Runcorn and even beyond. I believe, if I remember correctly, that you can get onto the Pennine Trail from there as well. So the possibilities are fairly endless. My team might have just gone to do a bit of spotted fishing. I hope there's no fishermen out there, otherwise we're not going to be very popular. I can see 3 ducks flying off at a rate, so I would imagine that's they're not just fishing, they're duck hunting as well. So we'll just have a walk down there. By the looks of it, there's no cars in the car park. Here comes Lando. He normally is the first one back. And I can see Molly in the distance. Lando's definitely been in for a dip. Moles, come on! She's following up behind now, so we've scratched that itch for the time being. So yeah, so it's a good base to start a walk. You can stay around here. There's multiple paths, so you know you can stay within a relatively small area and probably explore for a good hour and a half or so, maybe even longer. Up at the top of the hill we have there's a couple of benches I think up there, so if you want to bring a little bit of a picnic or something, or even just have a brew up there, you know, you've got some space to do that. As you can see, Lando's absolutely shattered after yesterday. Molly did take a bit of persuading to sort of get up. Okay, finish off doing the little clear up job. And here we are at one of the pools. Don't know about you, but seeing things like bottles and even a trolley over there that's been dumped, I just don't know why people have to do it. We're so lucky and privileged to have these spaces, and people just have to ruin it. I know it's everywhere. I know it's not everybody. But nevertheless, it is annoying. Did you catch anything, Lando? I don't think he caught anything. He's left empty pawed. Molly's about to go in. don't know about anybody else, but it's not freezing this morning. I don't think I'd fancy going into that. Right, come on, this way. Okay. So, carry on walking up. Molly will be with us in a minute, no doubt. Excuse me. Lando's gone to chase the crows. So we're going to walk up there now. So as you see, it just starts climbing up a little bit, but it's nothing too bad. I did struggle a little bit yesterday on the last bit of the walk. I think I've got a slight lung capacity drop from having COVID last year. I'm a lot better than what I was, but it does still affect me every so often. I'm just going to take the time, I'm in no rush. Come on then. I think that's near the bench, or newish anyway. Right, Molly's still down there. Come on! Nope, Molly's not ready. When Molly's not ready, Molly's not ready. Come on! And Molly's still not ready. We've been coming up here for quite a few years, on and off. We actually used to live a lot closer, so our house was just on the main road, so it was literally like a 1-minute walk to get on here. And it's amazing to see just how much the trees have grown and how, you know, how it's sort of matured. Still got a long way to go, but we could used to, from this point here, you could used to see quite a lot of the houses and the buildings around the area, and now you can't really, certainly not apart from in the far distance. These two are having the time of their life. Nothing better than being a happy Springer. Right, Moles, come on, we're going this way. Right, I'm going to actually try walk off. I think that's if I actually just go out of sight, she might just be tempted to come up. I won't go too far until I know that she's coming up. Here she comes. Predictable, reasonably. Okay, so I was just going to say, as you can see, everything's fenced off and you can't get through. Molly, come on this way. Lando, come on this way. Come on, now. You nutcase. Right, come on. Let's go up here, this way. both really hate life, don't you? Okay, if I turn round, if you can see, there's Fiddler's Ferry in the distance. Bit hazy, as I thought it might be, but nevertheless you can see it. Come on, this way! So we'll just carry on a bit further up. We're not far from the top now anyway, so it's quite an easy walk. Again, as most walks are, I suppose, best done in the dry. Can get a little bit slippery in places, but generally speaking, it is very, very easy. A little bit of a climb there. Again, you can hear I'm slightly out of breath. I'm not as unfit as maybe what I sound, but there we go. Once we get up to the viewing area, I'll try and point out a few places. Obviously I've already just done Fiddler's Ferry. And to just hunting the through the bushes. No doubt I'll be picking out bits of twig and thistles and all sorts when I get home. Part of the fun of having springers though. Wouldn't change it for the world. Okay, this is basically the top viewing area. So, as we know, well, the visibility isn't as good as what it might be, but the view's still pretty nice overall. So going further over to the distance, you've got St Helens. Again, I don't know whether you'll be able to see from here as such. If I just zoom in a little bit, just come over. I don't know whether you'll actually be able to see that, but in the distance. Hold on a minute, let's see. Just sort of there in the middle is the Dream statue, which I think we're going to maybe have a look next week at that over the bank holiday. Do intend not to go too far on a bank holiday, the traffic and what have you. So it's quite a close location. You've got basically the business park over there in Haydock, so a big Costco, and then as we move round, that building just there is the local Tesco in Haydock as well. And then as we pan round, you can see in the distance, sort of going over that way, we have the town of Newton-le-Willows. Yeah, it's quite hazy today. Again, one other notable sort of place which we tend to like to go to is the old Winter Hill, which is just visible. You might be able to make out, no, I can't make out the tower now. So it's yeah, it's on a sunny, clear day. It's a really, really interesting place. You can see Jodrell Bank from here. You can see Beeston Hill. They're both like in excess of 20 miles away. Yeah, you can see quite a lot from up here. Right guys, I'm going to switch off now. I've brought a little bit of a breakfast treat for these two if they're interested. And we'll have a cup of tea, I think, while I'm up here. and I'll download this later on when I get home. Okay, I will also as well, I'll get a what 3 words location for the car park, just in case anybody does want to come and have a walk around here. And in terms of advice for walking around here, just a reasonable decent pair of shoes, do it trainers if you want to, but yeah, it's a nice easy one, but plenty of space to let the dogs off, and there's no sheep or cows around, so they can, as you've seen, they can just have a good run around and do what they want. Right, okay, I'll see you soon.